So today we're going to do a walk-around inspection and take a test drive in this beautiful 1975 Chevrolet Corvette. Now this car is finished in that gorgeous dark red metallic with that nice medium sandal interior, just a very classic color combo. As you can see, it's just a striking car. It benefits from an older restoration, roughly about 20 years old, and has just been nicely maintained throughout the years. Overall, nicely complemented by the Chevrolet Rally wheels. Has a lightly modified and dyno tuned 350, so it is started its life as a base L48 car, but it is putting a little bit more horsepower out now. So it is fun to drive. It's had a little bit of upgrades throughout the restoration and the different years of ownership that we'll go through during the video, and those awesome vintage glass T-tops. So yeah, now we'll grab the other camera and take this awesome Corvette for a test drive. So yeah, now we're gonna go for a test drive in that beautiful 1975 Chevrolet Corvette.
And it is a beautiful car.
It is.
I mean, it's a stunning car. That 350 fires up.
Just
it's
bump
nice
key
and
every
tight.
single time.
Yeah.
It's got a great sound too.
It does. It's got a nice lobe, just enough lobe from the cam.
Stir your coffee, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 350 is nice and tight. Problem pulling this Corvette down the road. And actually, this car is just a very easy car to drive.
It is. I'm just checking for the back camera, make sure we didn't lose it. Oh, so. But yeah, power steering, power brakes,
AC.
And AC, and it's a factory AC car, but it has been converted to a vintage air system, which is nice. So.
Still uses the factory controls, which is awesome. I mean,
yeah.
Vintage air factory style controls, but
yeah. It does have an aftermarket stereo. Other than that, the interior of this car is very original, unmolested. All the factory gauges work. Even the clock works.
Yep.
The factory tach.
Yep. Speedo works. It's fairly accurate. It's a nicely well-optioned C3 Corvette.
Wipers work.
Probably one of my favorite options on the C3s is the telescopic steering.
Yeah.
If you've ever gotten in and out of a third-generation Corvette, you know how invaluable that option is.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a bigger guy like Dad and I. And now we're cruising down the road at about 55 miles an hour. We do have a little bit of wind noise.
I got a little bit at the back of the T-top.
That's pretty much where mine's coming from too.
Yeah.
And we are driving around with the aftermarket glass T-tops, which I think are awesome.
They're really cool.
They give it kind of a unique look. I don't know if I've seen a set of these out in the wild before, but
no, I have not. And it's nice that it comes with both sets of T-tops and the T-top bags.
Yeah,
so
real nice.
You can switch out the T-tops, and it has it's got the luggage rack on the back, but it has the system, the strap system for T-top storage. So you can put your T-tops, strap them to the luggage rack, so you don't have to snake them into the interior of the car. Which that's nice.
And the Corvette brakes very well. I mean, it has no problem coming to a stop. It's just a very well mechanically maintained. Actually, it's just a very well maintained 75 Corvette in general. But the mechanicals on this Corvette have been very well maintained. The front suspension has just recently been gone through. That engine is extremely tight. And we'll get some space going. I mean, Definitely has more guts than your typical.
Than your stock L48, but
I'm just catching up to traffic here.
which the car has been dyno tuned.
It has.
And it's putting out actually about 70% more than the stock L48.
Yeah, it's making about I think just under 100 horsepower more than the standard L48 of this generation. I believe it's 270 wheel horsepower, which comes out to be like 250 or so, 260 crank horsepower.
Yeah.
And the L48 and 75 is rated for like 145 horsepower.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's quite a
definitely
bit
been upgraded.
Yeah.
From the standard horsepower.
So it's an L48 with more horsepower than the L90.
Yeah. And it's a nice car. It's got some wear and some age in the paint that, you know, we'll go over some of that in the inspection video, but you know, it's, you know, from 5-10 feet away, you got to get up on the car to find these defects for the majority of them. But the car stands tall.
It does. It's a very classic color combo with a dark red metallic, a medium saddle interior. It's just a very classic color combo.
Yeah.
And the car would present very well at your local cruise, and it'd be something you'd be proud to take there and have a ball driving there.
Yeah.
It handles well. I mean, don't really have anything bad to say about the
Mechanicals.
Yeah.
Now, talking of upgrades, I think one of the coolest ones I think that they did to this particular car, one of the previous owners, is they put in this earlier C3 removable back window.
Absolutely.
So in 75 they didn't have that, but they installed that into this car, which I think is really cool.
It is, yeah. It's a feature that never made sense why they got rid of it in the first place.
And it looks factory. They did a nice job. It really looks factory. It looks good.
Yeah, so yeah, it's got even more options than a standard 75 Corvette. It's well optioned with factory options like AC, power steering, power disc brakes. I mean, if you're looking just for a great driving car that's just well outfitted, I mean, this is the car. It runs and drives better than a stock 75 Corvette.
And she's not a trailer queen, but she's a nice car. Local cruising, people are gonna, you know, they're gonna gawk over the car.
Yeah, admirers.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking for a turnkey like Sunday cruiser, I mean, something that's gonna turn heads and and just enjoy. This is the car. I mean, I would definitely stay tuned, watch that walk around inspection. We'll point out whatever we can on the car. And yeah, if you're in the market for a C3 Corvette, you're definitely gonna want to take a look at this car.
Stay tuned.
So now we're going to do the walk around inspection portion of the test drive video. And like I said before, the car does benefit from about a 20-year-old restoration. So the paint and body work's about 20 years old, so it is showing kind of the typical age that's kind of known for these C3 Corvettes. And I would say overall the car's in above average condition for the age of the paint and body work. So you have some light stuff like some scuffs and some minor stone chips. So we're not going to get all nitty gritty and show you every single little stone chip on the car, but we'll show you the more prevalent stuff. And there are some little cracks in the paint along the body seam here on the driver's side fender. It's pretty typical older paint jobs on these C3 Corvettes, but not bad.
But the fiberglass is in excellent condition.
Absolutely. The fiberglass body on this Corvette's in excellent condition. These rally wheels are in excellent condition. The center caps, the beauty rings are in almost like new condition.
I'd say the tires date 2016.
So they're about 7 years old now. Come to the top of the fender, you do have some minor touch-ups here in the hood and some light cracking in the paint just from age. But typically you have to be up on the car to see these imperfections. This car would definitely present very well at your local cruising. But, so you do have a little stuff right there on the edge of the front bumper. I think some little spider crack there in the paint. Some stone chips there. your Corvette emblem on the front is in very good condition. The color's nice and bright.
The paint shines very well.
Yeah.
It was definitely a quality paint job when it was first applied.
You have some kind of heavy scratching here on the edge of the bumper that's through the paint. And some light cracking in the paint just at the front of the fender. And on the passenger side front fender, you do have a little bit more of that cracking along the body seam. A little worse than the driver's side. You have some cracking there at the top of the fender. Again, more of that seam kind of telegraphing. Yeah, maybe some larger stone chips that have been touched up there. Passenger side front wheel and tire in comparable condition to the driver's side. Come across to the top of the hood on the passenger side. Very good condition. You do have some age cracking here. It's probably the worst of it on the hood. But your windshield's nice and clear. You do have a little scratch or something here, and maybe the starts of some delamination in the tint at the very top of the windshield. But overall, the windshield's very clear. Stainless around it's in very good condition. Passenger side mirror shines up nice and bright. You have a little bit stone chip on the front edge of the door. But overall, the door's in excellent condition. It does have a couple little stone chips. And it does have the stone chips in front of the rear tires, which is pretty typical on these C3 Corvettes. Side glass has some minor scratching. Don't know if it'll show up in the camera. And then the aftermarket T-tops, glass T-tops, are in very good condition. Glass is in excellent condition. There is a small touch-up on the very edge, but they are awesome. I don't know if Dad and I talked about when this car came in. We don't know if we've ever seen a set of these in person. And we do still have the factory fiberglass T-tops, which are in very good condition as well. Will be included with the car.
But the interior is definitely well above average condition. The door panels are loose on the corners on both doors, but are not warped. They still fit very well. Dash is in excellent condition. The seats have been recovered, so they are both in excellent condition. The carpet appears to be original, but still well above average. And there's that retrofitted removable rear glass, which you don't see in the 75 Corvette from the factory.
And the doors open and close just like they should. There's no play in the hinges. Chassis is nice and tight. There's some like a small 1-inch crack here in the paint. In excellent condition. The rally wheels. And the raised white letters are always an awesome look on these Corvettes. You have maybe some minor stone chipping. Oh, some dirt just behind that wheel. Top of the quarter is in excellent condition. There's some age cracking around your rear vents. Your rear glass is nice and clear. And like Dad said, it has been retrofitted to that removable rear glass, which is really nice. Don't know why Chevrolet ever did away with that.
The chrome on this luggage rack is in excellent condition.
It is. And your taillights are in excellent condition as well. The trim around is in great condition. There's a touch up there on the back bumper. And your Corvette lettering's in excellent condition. Actually, not too many defects to note on the rear bumper. Coming to the driver's side rear quarter, in comparable condition to the passenger side. You might have a couple light stone chips just behind the tire, but overall nothing glaring. You have a couple little cracks in the paint here and some chipping along the back edge of the door, and some age cracks in the paint around the lock area. The driver's side T-tops in excellent condition as well.
That glass has got some...
Not quite as bad as the passenger side, but still some worth noting.
There's some minor pitting in the back of the driver's mirror. And the driver's side interior, very comparable to the passenger side. Driver's seat's in excellent condition, no tears, and it has been recovered. Of course, the dash, very clean, no cracks. Your factory gauges, the aftermarket stereo. AC controls.
Again, the driver's side door opens and closes just like it should with no sag, which is important on these C3 Corvettes. Coming under the hood, the 350 has been modified a little bit. Has been dressed up, actually presents very well. Air cleaner's been converted to have the functional cowl hood air cleaner. Yeah, I do have a newer vintage air AC compressor.
Choke set up so it will start very well. A nice little load from the cam. Went very smooth. I will show you the lights working. Up a little slow. They do work. Driver side turn signal, passenger side turn signal. It is slow. It will go down. Brake lights, driver side turn signal, passenger side turn signal, reverse lights.
So yeah, if you are in the market for a nice, actually a beautiful driver quality 1975 Chevrolet Corvette that's just been well maintained, has more guts than the standard Chevrolet Corvette of this generation, then you're definitely going to want to take a close look at this car. It is above average, and it's definitely a rock solid example of a 75 Chevrolet Corvette. Rock solid Motorsports.